Hey everybody, I have a quick little tech tip for you. So if you'd watched one of my earlier videos, I talked about the fun little tool in Canva, how you can use their color picker. So if you haven't watched that video, make sure that you go back and watch that. And somebody had a question about what does it mean, the RGB and the hex codes, all of that. So I just wanted to take a couple minutes and demonstrate what those color codes are and how important it is to build your own little like color cheat sheet. All right. So I'm just going to share my screen here. And we are going to hop over to Canva. All right, so let me just move this one screen out of the way to make sure that you can see everything. So I'm just going to create a quick design here, and I'll just do a Facebook post. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let me use this one. So a couple of things. If you're just starting out in your business, you may not have your branding colors in place, or maybe you want to switch your colors up a little bit, whatever the situation is. But yesterday or whenever it was, I was talking about how Canva you can upload a picture to Canva and it'll tell you all the colors. So let's say I'm just using this little pre-made picture and I want to do a Facebook post, but I want to use a particular color, maybe that's in my brand palette, or how to find a color. So first I'm going to show you how to find a color. So on this text here, it's kind of a light peachy color, but maybe I want to use this darker peach down here. There's a little, it's a free tool. It's called Eyedropper tool. And you can just load it on your Google tabs here. When I open that up, Eyedropper is what it's called. Basically, I can tell it I want to pick a color from a web page. So I'm going to click on that. And then when I hover over, you can see in the bottom right how it's showing me all those different colors. And sometimes it has a hard time finding the exact color, but I see the color that I want and I'm just going to click on that. Then if I come back up here, it's showing me what that color is. And it's giving me something with a pound sign in front of it. So that's the hex code. And then down at the bottom, it's giving me an RGB code. RGB just stands for red, green, and blue. That's what makes up all of our colors. Depending on what program you're using, it will either look for a hex code with the pound sign or the RGB color code. So coming back here to these letters, let's say that I want to change the color of those. So I found the color palette that I want. I just use a little tool called Snagit, and it just takes a picture because I can't remember all those numbers. So I just grab that. You could just write it down. So I'm going to click on the letters here. And within Canva, up at the top, I'm just going to go to my text color. And I could come to this color wheel and hunt and peck, or I can just type it up here. And now with Canva, notice it's giving us a clue. It wants that pound sign. So it wants a hex number. So I'm just going to type that number in that I had copied. Now I will say every once in a while, Canva may not have all of the unlimited colors in here, but it gets pretty close. And so now, and what's nice with Canva also is it gives you, again, some kind of color palettes. But here's this color, so I'm just going to click on that. And then notice it's changed that. And then if I wanted, I could click on that line and I could do the same thing. I could put that same color in. I don't have to type it now because it's already in my little colors here that I just used. And let me just do the same thing here. Okay. And there you go. So let's say as you're first building your little creation, you want to like save these colors in your color palette. So instead of always typing things in, at the very bottom here, there's an option to add a palette. If you're on the free version, I think you can have either 1 or 2 palettes. But the beauty of that is you can put in all of your brand colors, and so then they always pop up. So I don't always have to go back and look for those numbers. Or if you're maybe an agency or you're creating some files for somebody else, you could create a new little palette here and you could just put in those numbers. So again, this was FA2A57. And so now it's there. So as I'm working, I will always have those colors. All right. So this is in Canva and it's looking for the hex. Now, when I'm in KARTRA, my all-in-one marketing program, it will ask for the RGB code a lot of times. So again, if you use a little tool like this, it gives you both the hex and the RGB code. Another quick little tip that I want to show you, though, is you should create some kind of it doesn't have to be fancy, but a little branding document. So here's one that just has some of my default colors, and it just, what I did on this was I just drew little circles and change the colors of those circles. And this is just actually, I just copied it from the little copy picker. And I print this off and I leave this on my desk because I refer to this all the time. You would think I would have all these numbers memorized, but I don't. And again, the nice thing is if you're working with somebody else, maybe that's creating some graphics for you, you can just give them this little brand document and you're good to go. All right, so let me stop sharing here. Let me bring the screen back. All right, so again, just super quick, when you basically collect all your colors together, you'll want to make sure that you know what the RGB, which just stands for red, green, and blue, and that hex number. And if you create your own little cheat sheet document, it just makes it super easy. Then whatever program you're in, you can change the color so everything's on brand. All right, so I hope that makes sense to you. Put your questions in the comments. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to get in the inside scoop of some of the system tricks that I teach, make sure you join me over at my Facebook group, Systems to Scale Your Business. So give me a thumbs up or let me know if this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next training tip.